Right, if you are looking for a workout that is going to absolutely annihilate your legs, I mean have instant DOMs like straight away after the workout, then this is the workout for you. Now, here are the French Throwdown qualifiers and see whether can I qualify for the French Throwdown 2025. So before we jump in, here's what the qualifier looks like. I'll put the workout on the screen so you can see exactly what it is. So this workout is going to test your strength because the thrusters are not light, and it is going to test your muscular endurance. Now, there is obviously a big cardio bit at the beginning because you have to row 1,000 meters. However, I think this is just really a smart way just to think about it, is to think about this more as like a pacing thing. You don't want to be really, really out of breath by the time you get to the burpees, because then the whole workout is ahead of you. Like the row is just the beginning, so you don't want to go too hard on the row at the beginning. However, first things first, let's warm up properly. Make sure that you're prepped for all the movements and avoid burning out too soon. Then we'll do like a full breakdown of what the workout is like, what I thought, what I think went wrong, what I think went right, and we'll go from there. Now, everybody on my channel, those of you who have been here for a while, know that I am not a massive believer in having like super lengthy warm-ups. I think that you need to get to a stage where you are warm, but not to a stage where you've like done loads of thrusters, you've done loads of burpees, you've done loads of rowing. I think that for me, this workout, I didn't even touch the rower before I got onto the rower. The thrusters, I obviously did the bar, then I did 35, then I did 40, and maybe for like 3 or 4 reps for like 2 sets at each weight. And I think I did maybe 1 or 2 burpees just to kind of get used to the jumping over the lower box, because I'm used to jumping over the high box. But that is literally it. Obviously, before I did any of that, I did do like my full mobility routine, my full stretching routine, and like made sure that I was like, my hips were warm, my upper body was warm, and my shoulders and stuff. But that's kind of it. I think the warm-up probably took half an hour to 45 minutes, which includes like from the empty bar, like the mobility, all that sort of stuff, and then just starting the workout. What I would say with qualifiers is, which is just like an honest truth here, I think everybody in the gym knows that I feel this way as well. It is hard when you do a qualifier to not get caught up in all of the blah blah that goes on in the gym. I think we got to the gym at like 11:30 and we didn't start this workout until 1:30 or something ridiculous like that, because obviously you talk about it with your friends, you're like strategizing, you're like saying how you're going to break it up, how they would break it up. Then there's like a lot of faffing with the cameras and all that sort of stuff. So what I would say is that before you start warming up, before you do anything, just lay everything out, like empty barbell, like the drop pads, the rower, the burpee, like the box, and just like put it all there. Check the camera. Is it recording well? Like, is it, has it got everything in it? Have you got everything that you need? And then start warming up, because if you start doing that after the fact that you've warmed up, you will be ice cold by the time you get back to actually starting the workout. Like by the time we started the workout, I felt like I'd been waiting around for like 25-30 minutes just because we were sorting out the camera, talking, like making sure that everything was all set up. So I would just say, just make sure that you have all of that ready before you then go into the workout, because otherwise it will just be a lot of faff and just like a lot of unnecessary stress. Like I felt quite stressed because I just wanted to get everything done, but I had to get everything ready before I could get everything done. Right, so here we are. So I managed to finish the row in 3 minutes 50. I'd say that is quite slow for me because I'm usually quite good at the row. It's like a pretty average pace. I did think, like going into it, that I wanted to pace the row so that I could literally just walk over and do burpees straight away. Now, my plan for this workout, I was kind of hoping to break it up from the beginning, because I thought I need to be smart here. Like 5 rounds is a lot of rounds. 12 burpees and 8 thrusters is a lot. Like, and I knew that this whole workout is all legs. Like everything from the beginning is just legs. Like the rowing is legs, the burpees is legs, the thrusters are legs. So I knew that I had to be smart to try and maintain some kind of like muscular endurance throughout the workout. And it was something that I was worried about before going into it. I obviously, as you can see, have my knee sleeves on because I think any help that you can get. I also had my belt there just in case, but I didn't actually end up using it. So my plan originally was to obviously just keep a steady pace on the burpees throughout, like try not to go too fast, just something that I could maintain. And then for the thrusters, it was to try and stick to around 5 Mississippis from when you stop the burpees to picking up the barbell for the thrusters. Originally, I thought that I was going to do 5 and 3. But on the first set, it actually felt pretty good, so I did 8. But I think that was to my detriment. I think it would have been better to break it up from the beginning. As you can see, like, I'm pretty far behind everybody else. But I think that I tried to pace it a lot, like, better, because I just wanted to make sure that I had enough energy towards the end to be able to push, which we'll see whether we made it or not. Yeah, so first of all, my first, like, top tips to try and get this workout, like, and to be as successful as possible in this workout is to pace. Like, I thought that I was pacing at the beginning. Like, I thought that my burpees were pretty slow. I thought that my thrusters were pretty slow, but it definitely could have been slower. And I think I would have maybe finished a little bit sooner had I gone a little bit slower, because I felt so knackered. Like, my legs were on fire, like, the whole time. Absolute agony, like, genuinely absolute agony. One more thing that I would say, just when you're recording qualifiers, just make sure to read the, like, scorecard thing and make sure that you have everything in place that you need to. You don't want to get caught out and then end up, like, being disqualified because of it. There is, like, a few things that you just think, oh, it doesn't really matter that much, blah, blah, blah. But they do end up catching you out for it. So just be aware of that. Make sure, read it once, twice, whatever. So you can already see, so I kind of had, like, an idea that I was going to stop the burpee box jumps, chalk up my hands, walk over and pick up the bar. Faffing around with my belt on the floor. Don't even know why I bothered doing that. It's literally no point. And then try and pick up the bar as quick as possible. Again, here I did 8 unbroken, which I think, again, was a mistake. On hindsight, obviously I can't, like, change anything now, but I think that I would have gone 5-3, because I just think, even if it's not that much of a difference, like, if you drop it and then pick it straight back up again, it's like the mental side of, like, you've done 8 reps, or, like, even leading up to it, you have to do 8 reps. So, like, I think if I were to do it differently now, what I would do is just do the burpee box jumps, slow and steady, and then just be like, right, all I have to do is, like, 4 or 5. And then drop it, and then you can go again, you know? Because then it's like, I've said it before on this channel, it's like, it's more manageable for your head to think, right, all I've got to do is 4, instead of being like, oh, I've got to go over there, I've got to do 8, blah, blah, and then I've got to do the, and you get caught up, and then you start thinking about it too much, and you get really tired. Whereas if you break it up into more bite-sized chunks, then it makes it a lot easier, especially for, like, me, who just, like, struggles with the mental side of it being, like, really, really, like, tiring and hard. I think the one thing that is difficult, obviously, I say that I would just, like, break it into 5-3 and just pick it right back up again, but I think I still lack the discipline to be like, right, drop and straight back up. I think I still lack the ability to pick it up when I'm tired, and to, like, think that it's okay if I'm tired, I can just pick it up and just do 3. So I think it's more, I now need to learn that about myself, that I'm able to do that, and maybe in training purposely try to break things up even if I don't need to, so that I can jump straight back up and hopefully kind of, like, cue, like, a restored energy type thing, and just try and make sure that I'm learning about my body and how my body can recover even if it's just, like, a short break. I hope that makes sense. I think it's just, like, really tough to, like, be like, right, oh, I'm just going to put it down. So I put it down here, and I'm supposed to pick it straight back up. But you're going to see that I don't pick it straight back up because I still feel tired. So it's like, in training, I need to be a little bit more strict. I think I did try to count Mississippi and did try to keep myself accountable that way, which obviously is good. And I don't think the break was too long. But again, it's like, you need to have the breaks, and the transitions is where this workout was made. Like, if you kept, like, a slower, more consistent pace, I think that it would have made a bigger difference over the, like, length of the workout, because obviously it's quite a long workout. Now, for those of you who don't know, I did actually compete in my first elite competition ever, like, last year. I'll, like, link it up top now. Barcelona, an elite competition, and originally I had entered the French Throwdown as an elite athlete, because I wanted to try and, like, see whether I could qualify as an elite athlete. However, as soon as I had signed up, I kept having, like, doubts about myself. I kept thinking, like, I'm actually not an elite athlete. Like, I'm an elite athlete in some competitions, but I'm not an elite athlete in all competitions. And I'm actually really grateful that I didn't end up staying elite, because there are, like, CrossFit Games level people in this competition, which obviously I am not able to keep up with. So I actually ended up changing to RX, so I'm trying to qualify as an RX athlete as opposed to an elite athlete. I think originally I was like quite upset and like felt a bit sad that I'd obviously done an elite competition. Now I'm an RX athlete. Like, am I taking steps back? Like, am I not doing well? Like, am I not learning? Am I not growing? Whatever. But I think it's more just about me learning where I am as an athlete and like trying to find the fun in doing different kinds of competitions in different levels and kind of learning where you are like as your like journey goes on. I think obviously I'm not a CrossFit Games level athlete, like that's just the truth, and actually that's fine because I'm genuinely loving like learning all the new skills, like trying to figure out how I kind of fit in the fitness thing and like pushing myself and like learning new things. So it was hard for me to just be like, right, I'm not an elite athlete, that's absolutely fine, but you need to enter RX if you want to like have a chance at qualifying, which I'm not even sure that I really have a chance of qualifying, but we'll just give it everything and just see what happens. I think it really depends on all of the workouts that come out after this. Obviously, you guys will see other qualifiers as well, and I will keep you up to date. Like if there's a scoreboard update or anything like that on my community page, I will obviously put it. But yeah, I just didn't know whether I would ever be able to qualify an elite or now RX because of the level of the people going to this competition. It's like, it's weird because when you're in the gym, you think that you are one thing, but then you do qualifiers and you realize that it's actually completely different. I would always push people to do qualifiers or try competitions because, yes, like this time, I'm disappointed and upset. But, like, at Barcelona, I realized that I was better than what I thought I was, and maybe I need to be pushing myself a little bit more. So it's like you take some steps forwards and not steps backwards, but you just kind of realize where you fall and like what your weaknesses are and what you need to work on and how you can move forward in the sport and how you need to better yourself and stuff like that. And I think that's what's super important. It's just like continuously reflecting on where you are, like using external factors to kind of figure out where you are and then going from there. I think otherwise I wouldn't really know what I need to work on. I wouldn't really know like how I stack up against other people and where I'm going and stuff like that. So there we go. 12 minutes 45 is when I finished the workout. It was a 14-minute time cap. Genuinely didn't know if I was going to finish, but I'm quite happy with that. My legs were in so much pain. I cannot like explain how much pain. I had to get a friend to come over and pull off my knee sleeves because I felt like my legs couldn't breathe and I was just like rolling on the floor desperately trying to save some kind of something, but just awful. Thanks so much for watching this video, you guys. Just obviously stick around, subscribe, do the things, comment, all that stuff. Because we have to wait for the leaderboard updates and see where I stack up. If you're doing the French qualifiers, drop a comment. How did it go for you? And if you want to follow the journey, obviously hit that button, that like button, and subscribe for more competition prep. And I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.